What's going on, Kicks Gang? It's Heat Kicks back with another video. I got my second pair of Prestos in, and you guys would not believe it, but these were damaged worse than the first pair I got from StockX. For those of you guys who haven't seen my first video, you can go back and look on the channel. I did a video talking about poor quality, damaged goods, and unauthentic and fake pairs coming out of StockX, and I have absolutely had the biggest nightmare of probably the year. Like, I know it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it's literally been back and forth with customer service, not having a telephone service and having to text them back and forth, them wanting to work with me but only a little bit, or not wanting to work with me at all, and then just getting one damaged product after another damaged product after another damaged product. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and review these sneakers. I'm gonna show you some of the damage, but I want to keep this mostly as a review of the sneaker so that you can see the sneaker for the good parts of it, because in the previous Presto video, I didn't get too in depth with things. I was kind of talking more about what had gone wrong, and I will be following this up with another video that talks about StockX and all the issues that I've had, because I also got my Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Grade 5s and there was damage to those too, and we'll get more into that. I'm definitely gonna want to hear your guys' comments and thoughts on that. But I do have a lot of content coming for you guys, and because there have been issues quality-wise with StockX, and some of the reviews are not just gonna be regular reviews, they're gonna involve me kind of showing you things that are wrong with the sneakers, things of that nature. I'm also gonna be doing a lot of videography today, a lot of recording and a lot of content, also to get you some sneakers from the past, or sneakers that I had collected previously. And like you guys have seen on the channel, I started a new segment called Pickups of the Past. So I'm also going to be doing several of those today and getting into some other topics with you guys as well, so we can keep the content coming and try to keep as much of a positive vibe as possible. I have reached out to several major sneaker influencers and YouTubers, you know, big guys that have 1 million+ following, as well as myself, and I really want to get this information out to you guys and out to the sneaker community, because the way that things have been handled, the way that they've basically done me in this situation is really bad. And you know what, they have all these big fancy commercials and they talk about, you know, dead stock and, you know, high quality products, and when you're dealing with high quality products that cost a lot of money, you know, and then you're giving the customer the idea that you're doing something that you're not. And basically what they're doing, from what it looks like, is they take a quick look at it, it's authentic, and they slide it to the side. They don't look at it. They don't look to see if somebody wore it on, if somebody tore the material, if there's paint scuffed off the side. And this second pair, I'm gonna basically show it to you guys in a minute. I will show you some of the damage, but I do have some better up close pictures that I will kind of filter through as I talk. So with that, let's go ahead and get this review started. Again, this is the second review of this sneaker, and it is the Presto Mid Pink Racer. And with that, let's go ahead and get right into the review. So I got the box. I was super excited to have my second pair of the week. Still haven't even gotten my money refunded from the first pair, but hey, at least I got the second pair. I was super pumped, thinking finally I'm going to be able to truly add this sneaker to the collection. Hey, the box looks better, but you know, that doesn't really mean anything. The box, the paper, those are all very minor things. So I'm going to go ahead and place this to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and take all this stuff out so I can show you guys right away. Okay, authentication sticker. Big whoop, right? Yeah, you send an authentication sticker that's got that same old signature that you send to everybody, and you're not even authenticating. You're not doing what you guys say you're doing. I mean, the whole purpose of us going to you and spending that extra money and paying those fees to you is so that you will go through the sneakers to make sure that this doesn't happen in the first place. So as far as I'm concerned, we can basically throw that card right out. Then on top of that, I got my receipt, and I have, as you guys know, every time you purchase 5 sneakers, you get free shipping. Well, I purchased 5 sneakers and now I'm 3 sneakers deep once again. 2 more pairs and I'll bend to my 5th pair once again. And I've checked every single receipt and there has been no free shipping, so they haven't honored that either. So I'm thinking, like, even if it's small things, I think then my kicks had commented and said, you know, there's a certain level of things that could be wrong with the sneaker. A little bit of glue stains, a little bit of stuff that could happen in the factory, you know, factory defects, Nike defects, stuff like that. And that I totally understand. Guys, I've been collecting for a long time, and I kind of know, you know, what to look for, what's okay and what's just going too far. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So I got the sneakers and I was thinking, hey, as long as these, you know, since this is my 2nd pair, as long as these are decent, I'll be good with it. Now, taking a first glance, once again, like we did before on the sneaker, it seems like everything is fine, right? But then I go and look at the most visible part of the entire shoe. Now let me go ahead and show this to you guys. And I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna zoom in. And I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Let me get another zoom in here. Right in here. Yeah, and I'm sure you guys can see that. And now there's a huge scuff right on the toe box. Now that's something that somebody was wearing. They scuffed the paint off. That didn't happen in the box. Now the knit on these looks really nice. And like I said, from far away, it doesn't look that bad. Like I said, I'm gonna show you some better close-up pictures, but I will show you guys some of this stuff in the beginning. Now, this is something that is not even part of manufacturing at all, and I really hope you guys can see it here in the video, but there's blue ink. I don't know if you can see that. Usually I can't see it while I'm filming, but you can usually see it after. There's blue ink. It looks like blue pen ink all above the, all on top of, right here, on top of the very top part of the midsole. Then you look at the bottoms of the sneakers, and you guys probably can't tell once again, but in this view you can. There's grease and oil stains all over the bottom on both. So I definitely know, even more than the other pair, that these were tried on. You can see it right here. If I move it around in the light, you can see that. That's grease and oil. I never put these on my feet. You know what I mean? And then the laces, you can tell. And I know StockX says, oh yes, you can lace the shoe up, but these were definitely unlaced, and then they try to relace them to make them look like dead stock, because that's not how they look. But hey, that's not even part of it. I wouldn't even consider that as part of something that was wrong with the shoe. Then we come to the interior side of the shoe right here. Once again, something that you might not see. There's a huge scuff right here in the white area of the paint. Now, as far as the scuff, the big scuff where, you know, the paint was scrubbed off on the midsole, that's not on this pair. But that was on the other pair. And then right here where it says Presto, let's see if I can go ahead and get you a shot of that. Right where it says Presto, right there, you can see there's a whole bunch of like glue and stuff like that. That I can get off, but when there's blue ink that's permanently staining the midsole, and when the most visible part of the shoe, the front of the shoe right there, has that scuff of paint off that you can see. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think if it's too much. Let me know if you think I'm making too big of a deal of it. I really don't think I am. I've shown several other friends and they couldn't believe it. They said, turn that stuff back, return that. And as is right now, I've already got the return paperwork now for the 2nd pair, and I told StockX that I am basically swearing them off. I will no longer be purchasing from StockX whatsoever. I've already gone and secured my pair on the GOAT app. Now, mind you, I haven't gotten my money back from the first pair. I obviously haven't gotten my money back from the 2nd pair because it's sitting here in my hands. And then there's your authentication sticker, which, big whoop-de-doo, right? You know, if you're not going to do your job and actually, I mean, how hard is it to go like this and look at the shoe? I mean, look at the side here. I mean, just look at how bad that is. And then it's, you know, that's somebody wore that and kicked that into something. You know what I mean? And you guys can't see it, but there's not only grease, but particulate all over the bottom. You know, I've gotten so many shoes where, you know what I mean, you get them straight from Nike. There's not stuff all over the bottom of them. There's not particles all over the bottom of them, you know what I mean? And I've gone online and I looked at 50 other people review these pairs. I have 5 or 6 buddies that I know that have this pair, that have shown me their pair, and they don't have any issues that are anything like it. So, you know, I'm probably going to edit this down a little bit, chop that part short in the beginning where I'm just kind of showing you some of the things that were wrong with the shoe. And then I will be doing another video where I combine several shoes and show you the damage on all of those. Because not only did I have damage on this, I had damage on this pair, and I also had damage on the Fresh Prince 5s that I got, which I will show you in a review in another video. The stitching that holds the tongue down is all ripped up. And as you know, with that pair, there's no laces, so it's not like you can just lace it up. You're requiring, or you're basically expecting that stitching will hold you in the shoe. So, you know, a lot of people have shown tutorials and stuff about actually putting the holes in them and doing the laces, and just out of anger, just out of not wanting to deal with it, I think I'm probably going to just customize them, continue cutting out the rest of what's not already cut out anyways, drill those holes and put the laces in. I think it looks a little bit better anyways, and then I'll have that really sexy Nike Air on the backside, as we all love, and it'll be like the true OG. And from what I've seen, the actual modification of the shoe or the customization to be able to do that is not very difficult at all, as long as you have the proper leather hole punch and the it's like a lancet. It's basically like a little forget what it's called, but it's like a little razor blade at the end of a stick, so you can kind of cut those, you know, it's a thread cutter. So anyways, let's go ahead and forget about all that stuff for now. Let's go ahead and get into the in-depth review. I know you guys have been waiting for that. I want to give it to you. I know you guys have seen this sneaker, but I will go over now more of the aesthetics of the shoe. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have the typical black outsole. We have the white midsole with the black Nike check here. And then that comes right up to a pink upper towards the bottom of the shoe. The toe box, the part that I showed you is damaged, has arrows going one way on one pair and then arrows going the other way on the other pair. And then of course right on top in the pink prime knit, or pink whatever Nike's knit is, I think it's not prime knit, but it's more like a prime knit than the regular knit material. But that black Nike check. Then you move on up to this neon yellow or Volt colored acronym logo, which kind of perimeters this top piece of the upper, which is the photo blue colorway. I believe they called it photo blue colorway. And it's not just simple material, they actually textured it really nice. It's kind of like a mesh feeling material, but it's got that kind of checkered or crossed pattern, which I thought was kind of cool. It's got the little loop on the front on the tongue, so that'll help you get your foot inside, although you really don't need much help getting into these pairs, because as you can see, the sneaker itself will unsnap from the back and then can actually zip down on both sides. And I don't really want to do too much with this pair, because God forbid something falls apart and then they try to make more excuses for why they don't want to refund it to me. And then both on the inside and the outside, we have the cage, which is in that white and black zebra type colorway that they have, that extends from the toe box then to the cage and then on back to the sole cup in the back. And this is basically going to help to give you lockdown. The cage is going to help to give you lockdown. This toe piece is also for lockdown. And then also too, this part that you see here was actually designed. This part you see here was actually designed after kinesiology tape. So if you guys have ever played sports and you've seen where they've used tape in certain areas where they don't tape all the way around a joint or something like that, but they just tape parts of the skin and muscle, and it basically holds muscles in place without actually having to wrap the tape all around. It's actually much newer technology, probably in the last decade or so, and they were kind of doing some of that stuff on me about 15 years ago when I was playing football. So yeah, you've got that racer pink here on the bottom, you've got that black and white zebra type pattern all the way through the midsole, the cage, and then in the sole cup in the back, you've got the photo blue upper with that really nice texture, and then you've got that premium buttery leather here in the back, which it might be hard to see for you guys, but the entire back here is premium leather. Then you have a little strap here that basically buckles in. It's not a magnetic buckle, just a regular buckle, and then it connects on to these two lanyards that control the zippers that allow you to open up the entire back and to have ease of access to be able to basically put the shoe on and off really easily and having a lot of access around the collar. And then of course, in Presto fashion, on the back of the outsole, you've got, I'm not really sure what it represents, but those 5 little holes. I think that's to let air out during compression through the air unit, which I'm pretty sure is here in the back. I'm not too sure, and I'm definitely not positive what exactly that does, or if it's just for cosmetic purposes. And then, yeah, I'm even noticing right here, there's definitely another scuff in the paint here. And some of these things, it's just like, you know, it looks like it's just the paint or whatever. Some of you guys will be like, it's just the paint. But it's not, guys. I mean, I've been doing this for a while. You know, I've gotten like 50 pairs from these guys, and I've never called them and said like there's been issues. And now 4 different pairs of sneakers I've had issues with in 1 week, thousands of dollars spent. I still have a lot of money that has not been put back in my account. Now I have another open order from GOAT, and I'm hoping, you know, the third one is the charm. I've been told that GOAT has a better process as far as authentication and everything. And authentication, yeah, it's looking at it and saying, yes, this is authentic, yes, this is from Nike, but it also means like, look at the prime knit. Make sure there's no pulls. Make sure it's not damaged. Make sure somebody didn't wear it. Make sure somebody didn't scuff the paint off of it. Those things are included in dead stock. And I know there is like a little portion in the StockX, you know, privacy policies and everything where it says, oh, they can be tried on. Guys, tried on means you put the shoe on your foot to see how it fits. You don't walk around, you don't go outside, you don't get oil on the bottom, you don't go run into into the table in your kitchen and scuff the paint off. You literally come right down, you put the shoe on, oh, it fits, but I still want to sell it, or oh, it doesn't fit, I want to sell it, or oh, it fits, I love it, and then you cut the tag off and it becomes your shoe. Now, very important, guys. That card that you saw I threw earlier, keep that. The receipt, keep that, and never, I repeat, never get rid of this StockX authentication tag, and never cut that off the shoe until you have fully gone through it, until you're fully positive that it is 100% authentic and that now this is your shoe and it will be in your collection forever and ever and ever, because once you cut this tag off, they will try and screw you. So anyways, enough with that. Let me go ahead and give you guys some really close up 4K visuals here of the sneaker. Got that pink racer colorway on the front with the black check, both of these up front. And as you can see, like you guys are probably seeing from the camera, oh, they don't look that bad, but they are. They're pretty bad. Definitely not going to accept it, and I'm definitely sending it back. And I have a really good feeling about GOAT, because I know they don't just authenticate, but they actually look over their products. And part of authenticating is making sure that products are a dead stock. And truly, honestly, in my opinion, the fact that StockX says, oh yeah, they can be tried on, that's your policy. You know, guys, don't think that that's just because they made that policy that kind of wraps into what the real thing is. The definition, if you look it up, dead stock means not tried on, not nothing. You're getting it from the store, in the box, not touched, nothing done with it. Now, I also heard a comment, somebody said, well, the guys at Nike are trying them on and stuff like that. yes, it's possible. Yes, it's possible that stuff can happen, and I definitely understand that. But you know, if they're gonna do that, they're making sure that it's very, very minimal. They're not wearing it around the store, and if they do get a little bit of debris on the bottom, they're cleaning it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, that's not really what I'm having issues with. I'm having blue pen ink on the midsole of the shoe, and the guy was like, "Oh, it's factory defects." I'm like, really? When did they start using blue pen ink on sneakers at Nike? You know what I mean? When did they start scuffing the bottom of the paint off? When there's defects in the paint, it just might not be painted right. It might not look right. This is actually scraped off the front, and that's the first thing you see. It's a big, bold, black and white piece right in the front. That's the first thing you see. And honestly, you know, I'm just not gonna accept it. I'm getting my pair from the Go app. They already had a pair in stock. I guess they have a certain number of pairs in certain sizes that they have in stock, and normally for that to get to you faster, it's a higher price, but it ended up being the same price. So I'm actually I spent $10 more to get the second pair. I'm gonna save back $3 to get the third pair. So really, from the very beginning, it'll be $7 additional that I've had to pay to get that last and final pair from the Go app. Now, God forbid something happens with the sneaker on Go app, I'm probably just gonna send these back and be done with this shoe altogether, to be completely honest. Although I don't think that's gonna happen, I'm no longer shopping with StockX. I basically let them know that I was gonna be reaching out to, you know, a lot of people in the sneaker community, because I want this to be known. If I've had 4 major issues inside a week and a half, that means a lot of people are having issues as well. And it probably means that there are a lot of other people that don't have as much knowledge and experience that I have that are being taken advantage of by the company and being given subpar sneakers that they don't know any better about. So spread the news, guys. Let people know. If you guys are using StockX, it's up to you. You know, definitely shop smart. Yes, I know it's a better option than a lot of other places like eBay. And I know it's cheaper. Trust me, I know. That was one of the things that hurt me the most. I'm going to be shopping with Go, and their prices are a bit higher. It's not to say that I won't ever try, maybe again in the future, to try something from StockX, hoping that things change, but I'm at least going to give it 6 months to a year, hoping that they kind of, you know, fix some things, and then their product kind of gets back to the way it was when they started. And one of the last things I want to basically mention about this is that I told the guy, I said, you know, I just got a notification saying that you guys are expanding your company to Europe. And I said, you know what, I think that that's great in a way, because you're offering this service and that product to people in Europe. But I said, expanding to Europe when you have clients and customers, loyal customers that spend thousands and thousands of dollars with you a month, and you can't even square away your business model and the quality control that you have with the customers that you already have, and now you're gonna open up another major market in Europe, just doesn't really sit right with me. There's just something wrong about that. Take care of what you got going on first. Things like this, guys, are little things that happen over a period of time that tend to make companies spiral out of control little by little. And if it continues to stay like this, quality continues to stay like this, and they continue to have issues, I guarantee you within 5 or 10 years from now, mark my word, if they don't fix things the way they are now, that company will be going out of business. And you say, oh, no way, Heat Kicks, they're making millions and millions of dollars. Trust me, the sneaker community is not small, but it is a very tight-knit community, and word spreads fast. So spread the word, let people know, be careful with StockX. Yes, you can have trouble with anybody. You can have trouble with Go, you can have trouble with the stores that you go to, the resale stores. I wish I had the opportunity to be able to go into some of these resale stores, because then you could actually see the shoe in hand before you purchase it. But with me being disabled, not being able to travel at all, really, that option is pretty much off the table. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up with that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and smash that notification bell as always so you can get all my videos on demand. Thanks for sticking with me. I know this video took a little bit longer than normal, but keep rocking with me. It's Heat Kicks. I'm out.